Okay, so in my last video, I introduced the Crazy Monkey Defense's Hunchback Fighting Platform. And as I said on that video, nothing that I teach in Crazy Monkey Defense as a system is going to work effectively if you don't have that Hunchback Fighting stance down. Now, with that said, one of the next things that I typically teach right in the beginning is what I call the diving board jab and cross. Now, anybody who has spent any amount of time developing their fight skills, you will know that the jab and the cross is the backbone of all your other strikes. However, the way that we deliver the jab and cross in the Crazy Monkey Defense system is very different to how it is typically presented in most other approaches. Now, here's a reality check. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to protect yourself, 99% of the times, the person who's going to attack you is going to go for your head first. Knowing this means that you have to protect your operating system as your primary focus. Bottom line is that if somebody strikes you in the head and does enough damage, you're not going to be able to continue to protect yourself. So this is where the diving board jab and cross come in. I developed this well over 2 decades ago when I was working outside some of the toughest nightclubs in Johannesburg as a doorman. It became very evident to me exactly what I just said, that if somebody's going to physically assault you, they're going to go for your head first. That means that when I have to defend myself, I want to put myself in the position where not only am I able to strike to defend myself, but also keep that operating system safe. Now, I originally came from a boxing background, and the way that I was taught how to jab and cross isn't the way that I'm going to show you now. When you're actually in interpersonal violence, when things happen so quickly, you have to be in a position you're able to protect yourself, like I said earlier, but at the same time, make sure that you are protecting one of the most vulnerable parts of your body, which is your operating system. So let's take a look at it. When I'm standing in my hunchback position and I'm going to work my jab and cross, you will see there is a diving action into my punch, and what it looks like is this. Right, if I turn it off to the side, what you'll notice is just as I'm about to punch, I'm in my hunchback position, but I'm going to lift my shoulder even higher as I drive my punch in. And what you immediately see from that is that my jawline, my head, is immediately protected. So where typically a lot of people will throw a jab just from this position, right, you will see that their head is exposed. In the diving board jab and cross, what I'm doing is I'm closing off that line so that my jab and my cross become both defensive and offensive at the same time. So let's look at that again. The visualization for me is this. I imagine there's a wall in front of me, a small wall, and I have to go over the wall and reach across the wall. So I'm reaching across the wall as I fire off my punch. An analogy that I use here that I think is very, very helpful is think of it this way. Imagine I said to you, let's go to a 2-story high building. There's a swimming pool below, and I want you to jump off the 2nd floor into the swimming pool. But here's the thing. When you do that, I want you to take your hands away from your face. What do you think is going to be the outcome? Pretty simple, right? You're going to lose your head. One of the reasons you would pull yourself into an aerodynamic frame when you dive from a height into a body of water is to protect that operating system. So I'm doing the exact same thing with my diving board jab and cross. I'm diving in to my punch so that I create an aerodynamic frame, but at the same time, I'm protecting my head just like I would if I was asked to jump from a 2nd-story building into a body of water. This makes the diving board jab and cross super effective when we talk about self-preservation. It's designed for that. Now, of course, you can use it anywhere else. I used it all the time in sparring, so it crosses over really well. But the number one thing that I have to get across time and time again is that Crazy Monkey Defense as a system was never designed to be utilized in the ring. Now, of course, it has been by many people, and they've done very well using the Crazy Monkey approach. But more importantly, Crazy Monkey Defense was and is a self-preservation system, and everything that I teach is designed around that idea. In the next video in this series, I'm going to teach you about my spear hand principle, something that I've taught for a very long time on how to keep your hand structure safe when you are utilizing those hands without gloves in a self-preservation scenario.